Hello and welcome to Christopher Neal Photography. I thought that I had done a tutorial on this. I think that it's probably included in one of my larger tutorials. And I didn't realize it till I had someone ask me specifically about this process, and I realized that I didn't have a video up. So I figured I'd come on here and throw up a quick tutorial. This is not a full drawn out tutorial. This is going to be just one specific section, but I think it's a pretty important section because not only does it show a way to really refine your Nightscape images, but it also demonstrates how powerful luminosity masking can be with these Nightscape images. I went through a bunch of different tutorials on luminosity masking because I knew there was something there. I knew there was something there that applied to my Nightscape images, a way that I could use it. But I couldn't quite figure it out until I finally stumbled on a tutorial on dodging and burning by Jimmy McIntyre. I came upon it because I was using his Raya Pro luminosity masking tool and got exposed to the tutorials associated with it. So what I'm going to show you here can be used with other luminosity masking tools, but I'm personally using Raya Pro. I've also got ProPanel. I haven't played much with that doing this dodging and burning, but I use that for several other things. So I'm going to jump right into this. This is an image from March 1st on the north end of Pawleys Island. One of the first Milky Way trips I'd taken in 2025. And we were up on the north end and I was shooting over this seawall. And so this image has already been through Lightroom. It's a stacked image. It's a 9-stack image. It's been through Lightroom, and I've run it through a couple of my processing tools in Photoshop, and so I'm getting down towards the end, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a dodge and burn layer. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use ProPanel. I'm going to stamp up and create a new layer just to have a blank layer to work with. Now you can do that several different ways. ProPanel makes it really easy. I'm going to go straight into dodge and burn. And I want to dodge and burn using the shadows because I want to target some of the darker parts of this image to really bring it out. And so I'm going to choose shadows, and it brings up a dialog box. It creates an adjustment layer, and it creates a luminosity mask based on the darks, on the shadows in the image. And we're going to come in and adjust this so that it's even more targeted. I'm going to kind of narrow it up here. Always remember, white reveals and black conceals. So obviously the stars in here and the very core of the Milky Way, all of that is concealed. It will not be affected by the mask. And here you've got the Dark Horse Nebula, obviously you can see, as well as the rest of the dark areas of the image and the foreground. All of those, since they're white, they will be able to be targeted with this mask. Now once I get my mask adjusted to where I like it, I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to lose this control panel here. Now we have a mask, we have a blank layer and a mask, and I am going to choose my paintbrush tool, and let's see, the paintbrush that I have has got a 15% opacity, a 35% flow, and 10% smoothing, and I am going to make it just a little bit smaller here, not too much, and I am going to paint with black, and I'll be painting on this layer. And as you can see, I'm just going to start painting a little bit, not really changing anything. I'm just kind of enhancing the image, making the darks just a little bit darker. And I'm going to come in here to the Milky Way, the Great Rift, and make that darker. We're just darkening this down. But you notice when we go over this, because these areas are black on the mask, they're not affected. I'm not making them any darker. And so I'm just going in and adjusting that, and I can come into this foreground and maybe give it just a little bit more depth. Paint my corners to give it just a slight vignette, but a vignette that I can control. I'm going to make my brush just a little bit bigger, and we're going to kind of cover some of the sky and make it just a little bit darker. Because it is night, so we want the sky to be darker. And voila, let's see what we've done. So we've obviously taken this image that appeared a bit flat, and we added some depth to it, darkened it down. But because we're using this mask, this luminosity mask, we're only targeting the dark areas, so the stars aren't affected. And you can create a luminosity mask here. So you can take this mask and actually apply it to other layers. Duplicate it and apply it to other layers. You can create another mask and just drop this out, add an adjustment layer, whatever you want to do. I'm going to go in one more time here, and I'm going to show you how this works as well. I'm going to create a highlights layer, and we're going to adjust that. So remember, white reveals, dark conceals. So we're going to target this mask towards the darkest, the lightest parts of the image, the stars, and then we're going to lose that panel there. And so with our brush, I'm going to down a little bit here. We are painting now on this empty layer with a white brush, and we're going to kind of just go over these stars real quick. Just light. Again, we're using 15% opacity, a 35% flow with 10% smoothing, and we're just lightly going over. But you can see it's subtle, it's not overwhelming, but you've got a little bit enhancement in the stars there. So there you go. Dodging and burning with luminosity masking for Nightscape images. I hope you got something out of that. If there's anything specific that you'd like to know about, please let me know, and I'll be happy to go over it. So let's get out there and capture some images. Thanks.